burst. By the way, it is burst. One speech from a conservative bursts their bubbles. I'll give you my history. I spoke for you, the Islamic anti-fascism or Islamofascism week. So you sent me to UC Santa Barbara. Listen to this story. So Dennis Prager is coming to UC Santa Barbara for Islamofascism week. Immediately, there's an article, Dennis Prager is a bigot. That's the headline. Bigot coming to campus. I give you my word, and this, you can look it up, UC Santa Barbara paper. So I decided, this is the fun of having a talk show. We invite, where's Alan? Where's my producer? There's Alan Estrin, my producer, by the way, without whom the show wouldn't exist. Alan, it's great to have you. So I say to Alan, I don't even think I had to finish the sentence. Alan, we have to have him on the show. So we have the guy on the show by phone. So he's stunned, totally stunned. Why would a fascist invite me on his own show? So I said to the guy, I said, and those of you who know my show, I'm very gentle. Drives them nuts. And so I said, you know, you must know me better than I know me. Because I know I don't have a bigoted bone in my body. So tell me why you wrote that I'm a bigot. Well, because you're coming to speak here on Islamofascism week. Okay, but that's a tautology. Tell me why I'm a bigot. And so, because you're coming to speak on Islamofascism week. Yeah, but why am I a bigot? And it went on like this, and there was no answer. I'm not a bigot, and with I must have 1 million words on the internet. There isn't a bigoted word there, because I'm no more a bigot than I am a female, okay? It's an absurdity. So, so anyway, we have this thing, and it ends. The conversation ends. He is a columnist for the Santa Barbara paper. He comes to my talk. He was so stunned that I didn't yell at him or anything, just wanted to know I thought I'm a bigot. Comes to the talk, and I spoke, and they had the kids out there in some uniform. They were all going to turn around at one time. But apparently, I wasn't hateful enough. And they had no chance to really boo. Because I made a very simple point. I said, let's deal with the issue. You think Islamofascist is an Islamophobic term? Okay, did you ever hear of Catholic fascist? Do you know that that's what they called folks in Croatia? They Catholic fascists. What, did you ever hear of Italian fascist? What was Mussolini? He was Italian. Did anybody say all Catholics are fascist or all Italians are fascist? So why does Islamofascist mean that all Muslims are fascist? I mean, it's so unanswerable that even they couldn't do anything about it. And I gave a whole speech. Next column from this kid in the Santa Barbara paper, I apologize to Mr. Prager. That's the reason they don't want one talk by a conservative. Just one. Bursts the entire left-wing bubble for half the students there. Half are too far gone or were inebriated. But for half, it is a very disturbing moment. I spoke at Stanford years ago, about 5 years ago. Hoover Institution invited me to speak. I spent a week there. My last speech was an open speech on anti-Americanism and anti-Zionism. To the credit of the Stanford Review, I was on the front page with a picture. Prager speaks here, da-da-da-da-da. They interviewed students who attended the talk. Typical response, so-and-so, Jeff Stearns, senior political science, said, how come in 4 years at Stanford majoring in poli-sci I never heard any of these ideas?